Barcelona fall to their first defeat of the season in El Sadar. Superb performance from the home side. They've been excellent in their own stadium so far this season. Osasuna, they came into this game off the back of 3 wins and 1 draw, and they were too much for Hansi Flick's Barca. Hansi Flick leaving Lamine Yamal on the bench. Rafinha also was among the substitutes. Hansi Flick resting players and paid the price, really. Osasuna made an excellent start to the game. Arezzo flashing this shot wide. He was one of the outstanding performers on the night for the side from Pamplona. Had the option of picking out Budimir in the middle, but went for goal and wasn't too far away from Iñaki Peña's far post. Brian Zaragoza, he likes playing against Football Club Barcelona. He played against them last season for Granada and scored twice. This time it was a goal and an assist. That was the assist. A brilliant cross on loan from Bayern Munich, and Budimir with a header to make it 1-0. His second goal of the season. And Vicente Moreno delighted with the way that his team had started the game. Ball played in behind Jules Koundé, and look at the way Brian Zaragoza just shuffles to his right, makes space for the cross, and plants the ball on the head of Budimir. Budimir gets there ahead of Kubasi and glances his header, powers his header really past Iñaki Peña, down into the ground and into the back of the net. Perfect start, and well deserved for the home side. Here comes the second goal. There's a little bit of controversy. We'll get to that in a minute, but first enjoy the finish. Drops the shoulder round Iñaki Peña, and 27 minutes up, 2-0. And the Bayern loanee gets the goal. Barcelona weren't happy. They felt there was a foul in the build-up, and certainly Pau Victor was stepped on. But Pablo Ibañez's pass was brilliant, and so was there's the foul from Luca Torre on Pau Victor. But the video-assisted referee did not call back, or did not ask the referee to look at the goal again, to look at the incident again. And so from Ibañez's pass, Brian Zaragoza makes it 2-0. And Barcelona with it all to do. They'd started the game with Pau Victor, Ferran Torres and Pablo Torre behind Lewandowski. No Rafinha and no Lamine Yamal, both on the bench. This is Pablo Torres' ball into the area. Eric Garcia with a header. Comfortably dealt with by Sergio Herrera. Arezzo steaming forward. He was outstanding, the Osasuna fullback. His cross comes through to Ibañez, and his acrobatic shot not too far away from the far post. Arezzo really was a threat coming from deep, and you'll see a little bit later in the game he does a lot to help Osasuna win a penalty. Jules Koundé with what looked like a tame and a harmless header, but it came back off the crossbar. Sergio Herrera underneath it. Still smiling at this point, Sergio Herrera. And why not? His team were 2 goals to the good. Lewandowski with this free kick, which is now from the second half. No changes at half-time from Barcelona. Here's Ferran playing Koundé in. And Jules Koundé finding Lewandowski. And Lewandowski's shot well saved by Sergio Herrera. We've seen it late, got down well. Here's the error, though. Well, this is the first error. The second error is this. And that was Barca's way back into the game. Pau Victor scoring his first goal of the season. He was their top scorer on the summer tour. He got 20 goals last season for Barca Athletic, on loan from Girona. They signed him permanently. But this goal was all about Sergio Herrera's mistake. Here's the first mistake. He brings the ball out almost to the edge of his area, bowls it to Arezzo, but it doesn't reach Arezzo, it reaches Gerard Martin, and then he gets back in position, and he's in a good position to deal with the shot, which isn't the strongest shot that he's ever had to face, but somehow he allows it past him, and it was Osasuna 2, Barcelona 1. Nightmare moment for Sergio Herrera. He still had plenty of the game left to make amends, and he did with a fine save, which we'll see very shortly. Changes for Barcelona. Rafinha and Lamine Yamal both coming on. Pablo Torre and Pau Victor were the players who came off. Rafinha went to play behind Lewandowski. But Osasuna kept charging forward. Pablo Ibanez getting in behind there. No penalty, despite his stumble under the challenge from Eric Garcia. Budimir twisting and turning and throwing himself up in the air after Koundé had won the ball from him. Referee not interested in giving a foul, in giving a free kick, or much less a penalty. He falls inside the area. Referee proved right here with the replay, as you'll see. Ruben Peña. Twisting, turning, he goes down. Again, no penalty. Budimir with a shot on the turn, not far away. Osasuna supporters having the time of their life up against the only team in Europe coming into this game who had a 100% record, the only team in Europe's top 5 leagues. Osasuna put paid to that record. It was the counter-attacking in the second half that really did, and look out for Brian Zaragoza's run and cross just beyond Budimir. Just a little too close to Iñaki Peña and not close enough to the unrunning Budimir. Down at the other end, Ferran Torres trying to get away from Boyomo. Does get away from Boyomo. He's got Lewandowski in the middle. Chooses to go alone, and it's a fine save. That's the save from Sergio Herrera, making amends for the earlier error. Ferran Torres, a very good last half an hour to the game. He didn't have a great first half, but he came alive in the second half. This is the moment when Arezzo streaks clear of substitute Balde, lines up Budimir. Budimir goes down under the challenge from Sergi Dominguez, and the referee points to the spot. The yellow card comes out. Budimir protests, but he's protesting because he feels it should have been a red card. But there's no doubt that Sergi Dominguez went for the ball, so it can't be a red, it has to be a yellow. And Budimir with the opportunity to make it 3-1. But what a run that was from Arezzo, and the perfect cross as well. So Budimir against Iñaki Peña for his second goal of the night, his third of the season, dispatched into the corner. It made him the second all-time goal scorer for Osasuna. And surely now home and dry. Vicente Moreno, coming into the game, had never beaten Barcelona in 4 attempts. What a talent Arezzo is, the marauding right back. And we know all about Budimir and what he can do. 17 goals last season. At one point it looked as if he was going to end up as Pichichi top scorer. He had an injury right at the end of the season which prevented him from picking up that award. Barcelona not letting their heads drop, and Jules Koundé might have done better there with that lovely lofted pass from Eric Garcia. Rafinha, Lamine Yamal and Marc Casado were all on in the second half as Barca went in search of what would have been a grandstand epic comeback. Ruben Peña in behind them here. Pulls this one back to Raul Garcia de Aro, who was also on as a substitute, having replaced Budimir, and he shoots over. Barcelona were about to bring Ansu Fati on as their 5th and final substitute, but Sergio Dominguez couldn't play out the rest of the minutes. He picked up a muscle problem, possibly cramp, and so Hector Fort was the last change for Hansi Flick. Goal number 4, pick of the lot, really, pick of the bunch. It's Bretones on as a substitute. 6 minutes left, 4-1. His 2nd goal for Osasuna, doubling his tally last season for Oviedo. The throw headed clear. Lamine Yamal trying to launch a quick counter and lashed home by Bretones. So not just a win for Osasuna, but putting 4 goals past the team who've been so invincible in the opening weeks of the season. Lamine Yamal would score his trademark spectacular goal from the edge of the area before time. There were 2 minutes left when 7 minutes were added on. You felt maybe Barca still had a chance. Could they maybe score 2 and salvage a point? But it wasn't to be for Hansi Flick's team. Brilliant finish from Lamine Yamal. Nothing that Sergio Herrera could do about that. Lamine Yamal trying to pick out Ferran at the back post. The header came back off the post. Boyomo cleared to Ruben Peña. Had this gone in, would have been a very interesting last 2 or 3 minutes of added time. But it stayed at 4-2. And that's the way it finished in El Sadar. Final score then, Osasuna 4, Football Club Barcelona 2.